What is the exact time to get married after your spouse dies? Is it 1 year? Is it 2 years? And is it even okay to get married after your spouse dies?
So yeah, and another topic we're going to be talking about today is girls and dressing. You know, these days it's really difficult to tell whether she's a young girl, she's an older girl. Apa kuti vana vapfeke zvinhu zvakabata, revealing clothes. How do you see it?
And the TikTok ban, guys, what you think about it? How is it going to affect us here in Africa? Is it going to affect us? Or TikTok red not here? What's up? Hey guys, what's up? Emmanuel Simon Sakala right here, and in the studio with me is Mr.
Matthew Manaka Dipaka, how are you all doing out there?
Alright guys, welcome to the Reactor. Today we're going to be talking about a couple of topics. So Mr. Manaka, what do you have for us today?
Today I have the obvious one, the biggest elephant in the room.
Alright.
TikTok
ban
in the United States, man. Tell me what you think. Is it going to affect the app? Does it really matter that the United States is leaving?
Definitely it matters. It definitely is going to affect how these guys were making money and even how the app is going to be entertaining. Because if I'm not mistaken, the States takes like it's 40%, more than 40% of the people using TikTok, right?
Okay.
Do you have those stats?
The percentages I don't have, but it's about 170 million people.
Yeah, so I think it's around those figures if I'm not mistaken. So definitely if 40% of the creators go down, definitely it won't be as entertaining as it is right now. And revenue wise, I'm pretty sure it will definitely go down for them.
But I was thinking, you think the other countries can compensate, like Africa, the United Kingdom?
No, they cannot compensate, bro. No. Dude, look at it. Japan film industry, JJ. If the United States says they are out of the film industry, Tony. Javara.
So the United States is the biggest entertainment industry in the world.
Definitely it is.
And I was thinking about it, even looking at our own African content creators when it comes to TikTok. And we really don't create any content that's meaningful. My jokes, my skits, my chia, I know it at Peti, but for you to really sit down and watch content that's meaningful and learn, that's with the United States.
Yeah, of course. We have a few people, of course, that are trying to do that, but the majority it's men
jokes.
dressing up as women and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Tinedu vazhinji vanenge vane uteshi vachitraya kudzidzisa vanhu zvino, but vashomawo variko hatingazoti vese edu.
Paul Rivers Williams. Yeah, true.
Tribesman Financial.
Yes, true. And music
Conah tries as well.
We try.
People who try.
But not as much as the US has people who are just offering information for free. And so
my one, I don't know why United States is like that. They say it's security concerns, but I feel like they're just selfish people.
Definitely, and I think for them to be where they are, you really need to be selfish to a certain extent. As a country, you need to be selfish. You need to protect your citizens. You need to protect your way of making money, because TikTok is actually just disturbed the way their big tech giants make money. Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. So they've come in and they've disturbed the playing field.
So they're trying to protect their own.
Yes, they're protecting their companies.
There's this dude called Mr. Wonderful. He offered $20 billion for TikTok.
20 billion. Where is he from?
He's from the States. This guy, I don't know his actual name is called what? I don't remember his actual name, but he's always on Shark Tank. One of the sharks on Shark Tank.
He offered 20 billion.
He doesn't have the 20 billion, but he was hoping to get the 20 billion.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's enough though to buy
It's
TikTok.
not enough. It's not fair. That's why I even said it. Because the worth of TikTok is about $80-90 billion, and this guy offers 20 billion, bro. Can you imagine?
Wow. Hopefully the president coming through, Donald Trump, is going to do something. Maybe.
They say they're working a deal. I'm not sure if the 90-day period has been granted, but then it seems like they're going to, because I saw the CEO posting something yesterday on TikTok saying that we're grateful for the president giving us an ear and we're going to work something out, something like that. So hope something. But obviously the deal is going to be buying some sort.
Probably moving the servers to Oracle, because that's what
they've always said.
That's what they've always wanted to say. What was that guy's name? Larry Ellison. the owner of Oracle,
I don't know the name, but yeah.
moving their service to there, most likely that's going to be the deal because obviously security.
So you think it's
concerns.
okay, isn't it? You think every country should have that level of selfishness?
I think so, definitely. To really protect your citizens and protect your way of life, you have to have some level of selfishness.
But TikTok, but you can be selfish trying to protect people, but at the same time taking away the very same thing that makes those people happy. Because apparently TikTok was making money for businesses, for small businesses, was entertainment for a lot of people in the United States. So now you cannot take away the very same thing that these people you're trying to protect are using to actually enjoy and experience life.
But you see where the catch-22 comes in, right? I think the United States government already knows Facebook and Twitter and all these other companies keep and collect the citizens' data. So just like how they know these companies do it, it's the fear that they have TikTok will do to their citizens, and it's another government that's controlling that data, knowing their spending habits, knowing their locations and everything. It's just the fear that normal American would have to say, I don't want my data being held by the government. The government also knows that this government will have our citizens' data and they can use it in any which way. And being the biggest, one of the biggest entertainment, biggest economies, it could be used against them in a way. Yeah, so
that's okay.
Because it's also banned in Pakistan, in India, in Afghanistan.
Yeah, of course, what you expect. Hey, did you hear the countries that you just mentioned?
Alright, like
obvious.
It's obvious those guys who
ban it. I hear people are now moving to what they call Red Note.
Yeah, have you downloaded it though?
No, I'm not in America, but now I'll keep on using TikTok.
Okay.
No, but I don't have problem.
Content creators, because don't forget, like when Marvel has its new what's this movie that's so famous Marvel keeps on doing? The one that is the multiverse with Thanos and whatnot. What's that movie? Avengers. If Marvel's has a new Avengers, they're going to drop it on Red Note and like it's But
right now there's no evidence really apana, and there's still it's still then, like they're saying there's a deal being worked out. It's like those times when people try to move to Telegram because they thought WhatsApp wasn't working.
Oh yes.
Then you realize, let's go back to WhatsApp. It's like for now we are on TikTok.
Alright, yeah, that's one of my topics today. I don't know what you have.
Okay. I have very small topics that I just wanted us to talk about. They're not big, but I think they're worth talking about. Number one, I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube and on TikTok where people have their rings like swollen into or rather the finger swollen around the ring, like the wedding ring, as if they never removed it. Okay. Is that a thing? Well, what's up with that? A ring's not supposed to be removed from fingers. Are they supposed to always be there after you get married? What's happening? I don't get it though, because I see people what is that? Is that what you do? You don't remove your ring?
No, I actually remove my ring, but I think most people don't, because even if I remember my mom, she never removed the ring.
What's up with that?
Longest time. I think rings are not supposed to be removed though.
Supposed by who?
Not supposed by who, but I think it's just general to say most people tend to forget like to wear the ring. So in an effort not to forget to wear the ring, you just don't remove it. Yes. Just like those people who wear like I can say a rosary or chains or a certain chain that you just like because it's part of you and you like having, the rosary. You hardly ever remove it. You bath with it. You do everything with it because you don't want to forget not to wear it. So I think that's what happens with the rings. You just forget.
I think it's stupid.
But wait, tell me how many times when you actually got the ring in the beginning did you forget to wear it?
I don't forget it like that. I forget it at times, but it's not a crime. I think like 2 out of 10 times in a week I forget.
There is where the supposed to came through to say, if you say you are married, right? What denotes you are married is the ring. So when you do happen to forget it, then it's like
you are single for that.
It's time. Like you are single, and also how your partner or the world will view it as if it never wore his ring. Why is there trouble in paradise type of thing? So I think
you need to
it's supposed to
that you have your ring
supposed
all the
to
time.
Came into it, and people are like, you know what? To avoid all this nonsense.
But are we still living in that era? Really, even your wife or your husband at this day and age, man. In this day and age.
Funny enough, actually, it actually works. The ring actually works as a signaling. It signals to everyone.
Yeah.
Clearly where you stand.
Yeah.
So I think in essence, having it or not wearing it will signal something.
No,
else
I'm
that's
not.
totally
I'm not
different.
saying that. Let's not wear our rings.
You're saying
I'm
let's not
that.
keep it on constantly.
No, I'm not even saying that either. I'm saying let's put on our rings, but then when you're sleeping at home or bathing, get it off, Anga, so that even tomorrow you try to wear it. But when you forget to wear your ring, it's not a crime. Because it's not like you forget all the time. You forget maybe once in a while.
And you know the thing about us human beings, we like to automate a lot of things. So I don't need to remember.
You see, you wear it literally every day. You don't want to go pick it.
No. I mean, I don't need to add an extra function in my
Or
brain.
you don't want to think.
I don't want to think, so I'll just keep it on.
But for me, the ring is almost like something I wear every day without even thinking.
It's an
like
accessory.
The watch. Yes, I always have to put on the watch. The ring. It's like pane musocha zobuda unopfeka ma-underwear zera hazvichatoiti because you are used to doing that. You get the sense? It's practically impossible. So I'm saying even if you do the same thing with the ring, there will come a time where you literally feel weird kana usinopfeka ring yako unotonzwa kuti something is wrong. Pandoti ikanganweni kazhinji kacho I actually think ndairasa most of the time. That's a ring yako. Because in my mind I'll be telling myself ndandakaipfeka. But by the time I come and ndakangana. And it happens when it happens. It's in rare times. It feels weird. But not to Saka, I don't think people need to wear their rings all the time and really enjoy that pain and all that nonsense kind of and all that stuff.
But I think that pain and that what you're talking about is also coming from the fact that people wear rings that are too small. People really don't know the size of rings.
No, people get fat, bro. It happens when people get fat.
Oh, it happens when people get fat.
Yes, because ring
okay.
and remember, most of the times when you get married, you're a thin little guy or thin little lady, and then as you get into the family, unosimba and nokusabhiza ring yopeza ring yazvimba and most of the times unoita infections chozvimba achichi and people try. I think even if you go to the doctors or anyone ane tunjerombi and they'll tell you it's not really necessary to wear a ring all the time, bro. It's not necessary. This is a metal piece.
Think about it. There is now those Samsung rings. You know, we used to have the smartwatch that would monitor everything. Now they're doing the rings, like the Aura rings. Yeah. So that one you now need to like wear it every single time when you're sleeping, when you're bathing, so that it can really monitor you. So,
but I think you can remove it.
But if you do that, it means you won't be able to get your stats for whatever period.
I'm pretty sure they should give a time.
With the down
you cannot
time.
be just wearing it all the time. What about
I guess when you're charging it.
Yes, when you're charging it, you cannot just have it all the time.
So you don't need to wear your ring every day.
Yeah, that's
all
what
the
I
time.
think. It's not necessary.
And it's not a crime not to forget to wear your ring.
Yeah, you just forgot. And I think everything just boils down to trust. It's not really about the ring.
Yeah.
You guys have issues.
True.
You need to fix the issues, not the ring issue.
Not the ring issue, because the ring just happens to be an extension.
Yeah.
I feel you there.
Yeah. So that's one topic. Then the other one I wanted to ask Kuti, when do you think is the right time to marry after your spouse dies? I've heard this topic on radio and I've seen it so many times on social media. It's very interesting. We have a brother who just got married. We both know the brother, but I won't mention the name.
Okay.
And his wife passed, and then a year later he got married. And guess what? He got married on the anniversary, or rather on the day the wife passed.
Okay.
If that is not weird enough.
I can understand why it would be weird.
Why he did that?
I can understand why it would be weird, right? But I think on the issue of when is it the right time to get married after your spouse passes, I think it's more of a it's an individual's choice, right? But then obviously society has perceptions supposed to the attach rings. There's a supposed to time to say, you should give it a little bit of time. And I think also that time is also necessary. Why? Because it's not only you who would have experienced the loss.
Yes.
It's your family members, your children, your everyone else around.
In-laws,
so everyone, you need to also accommodate that in making your decision to say you also want to accommodate the extended family, because at the end of the day you exist within a unit. So yeah, I think as much as it may be an individual's choice, right? You also need to put in the consideration of everyone else around you, on how it will affect them mentally and physically. But at the end of the day, it's an individual's choice.
What is the term that you think works? Is it 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? Let's say it was you.
If it was me,
or maybe let's say you pass, which time do you think would be comfortable for your wife to remarry? For you, in your absence, in heaven, they will hell.
Okay, that's very interesting. I think A year is okay.
A year, bro.
I think a year is okay. Everyone would have, adjusted.
year,
do you
Matthew.
know why I'm saying a year, right? Think about this like this. You know why I'm saying a year?
Yeah.
Within a year, any given particular year, there are specific things you do as a couple. To get the sense. Either Easter, you're going somewhere with the family, or you're doing something as a family, or which other holiday comes? Heroes, then Christmas.
Yeah.
There are particular things that happen within a year which are set that we know we're going to meet like everyone, right? So if you give people a year of that absence, I think we've all come to terms that
Okay.
Easter we spend it without you, Heroes we spend it without you, Christmas we spend it without you. You no longer January.
Wow. Actually, I think
But
that's
what
too
would you
early.
give it though? What's yours?
And I think 3 years at most. At least, rather.
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. Because I'm thinking marrying is a big deal, bro. Because you just lost your spouse in a year. And within those few months, within those 12 months, you've already met someone. You have dated that someone. You have known them. You're actually an adult now. Just say I never know Adiko. I don't go data for 3-4 months. Stuff like that. You're an adult who has real expectations. You need to explore. And within those few months, you have already married. In-laws.
Okay. I take back what I originally said, because now that you put all that into context, like how did you build such a relationship
in a year?
Unless it was already running concurrently.
Exactly. That's why our brother, who seems like he's a funny guy.
But Shona tradition doesn't it say there is already a contingency for that within the Shona tradition to say yes, the contingency is already there.
No one really does that anymore. But well, if people were going to Mainini, that would be fine, because still we are within the in-laws, and the in-laws will still respect that because you're still within the family. Because now the problem is when you go and marry in a different family, and they are not even done. All right, we'll take a break for that call. So you're saying contingency is already there in place,
but as you're saying, if you're marrying outside, then
it's different.
It's a different ball game altogether. But while we're on that one, to expand your small topic, do you think? I know it's our culture to say Vanamainina. Do you think it's a culture that we still need to move with going into the future? Why do I say that? It's because so many forms of abuse happen because of that relationship that's created, and most of the time and most of the time you find these, when you're young, whether you're male or female, you can get a crush on someone who's old.
Yeah, it happens most of the time.
Right? So if that person is not correct upstairs, vis-a-vis bam kuru or my guru, whatever the case may be, if that person is not right upstairs, it leaves this room for that type of grooming or even abuse. So do you think it's something we really need to propagate into the future and really carry that very same, or we need to just separate that role and not joke around anymore and see them hugging and think it's okay? Because I witnessed this quite recently somewhere where the mining and the bamkuru, they're hugging in a way that you wouldn't expect anyone to hug a 15-year-old or 14-year-old. But this is an old guy, 35, 36, 38, somewhere there. Chimainin. But everyone is laughing. I'm sat there with everyone. I'm not laughing. I speak about it now because it was cringe-worthy for me. But for everyone, it was funny.
Yeah. Really thinking about it now and the way people live, I don't think it's a good culture to perceive. I don't know, that's the honest truth, but thinking about it now without really thinking about it deep, I think it's not cool, because a lot of men are now predators, and little girls are also exposed to a lot of things now, so much so that yes, we can have incest happening, and we can have these kids abused, and these guys taking advantage of these kids. And even if it's not even this particular guy, this relationship that can be created can create a desire for this young lady, probably for an older man, because maybe she sees how able he is and how probably he treats her. So yeah, it's tricky, and I don't know how it was set up back then. I'm thinking probably back then it was set up because maybe bamkuru vaitozorora shuwa mainini, because back then marriage wasn't really about love per se. It was really about the exchange yekuti mapiwa mombe and imawanochi badza nemunhu anobika sadza. So I think because of that exchange it could work, because it wasn't really anchored on love per se. But I think now it's a little bit different.
It's a little bit tricky,
and I think to keep on moving with such things, it's tricky, because some people now take advantage of those things. Or maybe we can say those who take advantage of those things are already messed up in their minds. That means they need help individually. Otherwise, maybe the normal ones, or rather the ones that are okay up here, won't really do anything like that.
But true, we could say that, but don't forget we're dealing with children here, and the way children perceive things.
With children, it will never change.
It will never change. Children perceive things in a weird way.
Which even makes me talk about a different topic, that issue of staying with my relatives, Bamba, Panevana Waskana, and these are male relatives. I don't think that's a cool thing.
Yes, definitely.
With boys, zviri nani, but with a girl, and the way so far sort of me banema age akada kufanana, that's even worse.
That's even worse, because it's a recipe for disaster.
Yes, usually you get
and most of the time, unfortunately, most parents
yes,
they're not there, so they really cannot control the content nor the behaviors that happens kumba koko. So most of the times, a recipe for disaster. But I think kudara right make sense, because kudara
but you'd even see even in their presence those things were happening. But now information is so apparent, so it seems like Twitter so too much. But even back then that stuff was happening, but Jango is under the rug and no one really know. But now everything is so apparent, and then it's not cool.
Yeah, so it's a tricky one, coming from where you said the issue of the marriage after a year is too short. Because you need time to get to know the person you're marrying. And we are not talking about dating.
It's marrying.
It's marrying. Put on busy. Hey. Three bo.
Three because at least maybe after a year muchita morning, even hama dzako dzemukadzi uchiri kudziona kuti hama dzemurume dzichiri kuonekwa muri kuminglawo, maybe the next year waonawo munhu wekuonawo here and it's not even that much in people's faces, because maybe you just want release all pressure on pressure, and then maybe in the next year maybe you're taking it higher. I think zviri nani than kungodai saka blaza akazviita and he did it on the anniversary.
I think it was just a coincidence, unfortunately.
Fire. I think in his mind this guy actually thought, you know what, I loved my wife, and to commemorate her,
you see, so it could have been in honestly in a good way.
So it's personal as what what he was going through, but and I think the thing as those cases most of the times is when we see the person die kazhinji anenge for a long period of time, maybe for a year or even two, and unfortunately I think men then find a replacement panguva iyoyo, or rather they find a placeholder panguva iyoyo. So paya panozona just in a year munatorora, I think vanenge vatomboona nakwenguva refu it's actually long enough kuti munakutoona tongozviita.
But you think when someone is any spouse is sick to that extent where it's terminal, do you think it's okay to say, you know what, I'm still here, but we cannot be in a relationship? But if you go and find someone else, do you think you'd be in a position to say that?
If I get to a position where I'm sick, first of all, I might even ask for mercy killing, number one.
I honestly knew you were going to say that. Anyway.
Then number two, I think if there is a little bit of strength, maybe I can also allow that. No, not to no, I'll allow her to explore, because I don't think it's selfish because here I cannot provide, I cannot do anything, and I'm just dating. Keep on with me. But of course, this has laws, eh? This thing.
Yeah,
We signed. So I think this is
true.
the other thing. Then that will probably maybe bind us, because until death do us. But that's what this says.
But you know what? Laws are everywhere, bro.
And they are
Have you been in
broken.
Zimbabwe?
You can be incarcerated for breaking this law, right?
True, but makawiriranaga mangoita zvinhu zvemuri kudheni kwenyu I mean
Opa wapora nigga vanenge vari.
vanoramba.
So I think
Sounds
rather
like an African movie.
that would be a dope movie.
African movie. No, but African movie.
Forever, to fall in love.
True, if it's done in a tasteful way, probably an African would be a really good movie though.
So yeah, I think our my situations, of course, we can come up with things that we may do, but I think you only have the right
to talk when you're in the situation.
Yeah. So those are some of the topics that I want to talk about. Yeah. Do we need to talk about more? Or is it? I just want to talk about a thing chandaona so far chiri kutondinetsa umusoro. Do you know back then it was so easy to differentiate between a young girl and an older girl?
Yes.
It was so easy. Have you noticed that it has become so hard now?
Yes, definitely it's become so hard.
A 12-year-old, a 9-year-old, they'll put so much makeup on their faces, and they'll put heels and exposing clothes, so much so that it feels like it's an adult.
True. This actually even goes to a story that I was having, to a conversation that I was having with my wife quite recently, to say, us as parents, we don't realize that we sexualize our children so much.
That's where I was going to say.
In the name of fashion.
What are parents doing now?
It's crazy. You know, especially even if you see certain songs, I won't mention the artist songs, but if you listen to certain songs rather, then at parties, family gatherings, the kids are dancing to these songs, but these are provocative songs that are talking about provocative things, and we all cheering. I don't know tamba. What am I tamba? Then at the same time, they make kids wear clothes that, when the person who designed it, who's a white man in America, he was designing it for an adult. That's what we put on the young girls.
True.
And you wonder, wait, what's going on? Even the hairstyles and the lipstick. It even goes to this story where I find it appalling, where children are made to be models.
Oh yeah, that one is trick. I've seen another girl. This girl anogara chikuda pa Facebook. So chinogona kufamba, but
she's a child.
It's so weird.
We're not going to mention names.
Every time
but she's quite popular. She has makeup and she's wearing,
and she's putting on maybe a chuchu dress.
And you know what the weirdest thing? Now, do you know where the weirdest part is? When she's modeling and she's doing all this modeling, guess who's judging? Adults.
Yeah.
Adult men, adult
you
women
know
are
what?
seated there
You know
judging
what,
whether these
Matthew?
girls are doing it correct.
Let me tell you something that I've picked up though. Makeup and hairstyles play a huge deal on how you perceive someone.
True.
You know you can wear a bikini right now. And I think actually, let me conclude this way. It's makeup, hairstyle, and shoes. You can wear a bikini costume right now and not put makeup and not put funny shoes or heels, and no one will look at you funny.
Okay.
Take the same outfit, put on heels and put on makeup and long hair, and people will start looking at you funny.
True.
The same thing goes for kids. I've observed kids can wear even short skirts, short shorts, and as long as they're putting on flat shoes and they don't have makeup, you just see it's a kid.
It's
and
a
you
kid.
won't
True.
care. Take the same kid akapfekedzwa kashoti kako nekashit and put on makeup and heels. Doesn't make sense at all.
It doesn't make sense at all.
And now we don't care now. Vafana vanongopfeka. And
Vanongopfeka.
now that kid wautauraya nomodela uya hayi pandombona mwana wangu rutovhiringika.
Ini ndakatovhunduka pandakazviona kuti then you find now people are now latching onto that, and then they're now using her to promote their songs. And I'm thinking the song is this is not a particular song, right? But it's like a song. I don't want to make it seem as if I'm targeting a particular artist. Let's just say it's a song talking about the most beautiful girl in the country, and she's the girl every guy wants in Tejidona routine. Then she's dancing to that song,
the little kid,
and singing those lyrics. And I'm thinking, By the time this girl gets to 14, 15, let's forget the predators that exist at that stage. But let's think of what it's doing to her mind. Right now, this little girl's getting all this attention, right? She's growing up getting all the attention, and we all love attention, no matter whether you're male or female.
It's actually one of our needs.
So as she's growing up, she's getting all this attention. Now as she's now 15, 16, she's getting attention for different things, but she still craves that level of attention. She will do anything to get that attention. I think these are the Instagram models we end up seeing who will just be
my only fans.
Yes, because they just crave that attention, and it just leads to
I don't know, man. I
laziness.
think it's a complex topic because this also delves into evolution, guy. If you really think about it, things evolve and cultures change. So I don't know, man. Is this the new reality? Is this the new normal? Because remember, anything can be normal. It's just we're basing our argument on the past, and we're thinking according to what we knew in the past, this is not cool.
You know what's true, and I think so I was saying it speaks into how we're moving into our culture. Yes, we may look back and say what we used to do was this, and that was our culture, and what way we are going is not our culture, but things are going to change, things are going to evolve. But I think to a certain extent we should be the stewards of what our culture is going to be, because our culture came to this point of the African culture or Shona culture through stewardship. I don't think anyone just let the Shona culture just be until we just finally arrived to 2025. I think there were stewards along the way who would say, izvatitish izvikati zvibvisei chokwadi zvinhu zvikuenda zvichinja but izvatiri kuzvigamuchira izvi. So I think with it even speaks into our original topic where we started the whole thing of TikTok being banned. Most of the other countries that might have thought of banning TikTok were banning it because of culture. If you look at the other countries that we were laughing at, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, they don't want their culture to be eroded by the Western culture. So they are making proactive moves into that. And I think with us, we never really thought of culture protection until quite recently, where we started changing the curriculum and whatnot. Because the way we perceive everything is because of the way censorship just ended along the 2000s there, where radio became free for everyone to put their music on radio, and we stopped, like, you know, when certain you can't put certain songs on radio, you need to block out certain words. I think censorship, basically speaking about censorship in Zimbabwe, really declined.
I hear exactly what you're saying, but still my point is that where you're coming from is a point where we thought that was okay, all of that. And they remember, nothing is cast into stone, and it's on my laws, unless you are coming from a religious perspective, where you say according to religion we shouldn't do this and this and this and this. But if we're being just general human beings, maybe it's actually alright for people to get married at 15 years old. Maybe, I don't know.
No,
I'm saying maybe that's where the future is going. Because remember, the body is allowed you to be fertile around that time. And
true. I think being married at 15 and whatnot was what worked then. Now in this new culture that we are in, it doesn't work.
No, I'm saying the culture is also changing. That one that you're talking about is also changing.
It's also changing.
To maybe the old, or to be the new hybrid.
New hybrid.
Which I'm saying, as much as we may feel, so when I look at model and all that stuff, doesn't look good. Maybe this is the new. Maybe
but
after
new,
all, it will be alright.
New doesn't always mean good. It just means new. I think
it can be good eventually.
It can be, but I think we'll see the good or bad of it after. Just like how Hitler came in with the new thing to say, you know what, let's eradicate all the Jews because
but if you really think about Hitler, that's a different topic. Well, let me not say this.
But yeah, okay, fine. Going back to what you originally said, where it's now becoming difficult to tell between someone who's young and someone who's older. And from what you clearly put outright, it's the makeup and the shoes. If we want the girl to be 14, let's keep her at 14. Let her wear things.
If we do, I think you're right. Let's conclude it like this. If you do care about how people perceive your girl and how people are going to approach your girl, dress her like she's her age.
Yes, because there's no way these young kids are getting into there's no way they're getting the money besides from the parents.
Yeah, of course.
Or from the guardians to be able to buy those clothes. And most of the time when they even buy those clothes, the guardian is going to see the clothes after they've been bought. So if you want society to view your child sexually or to view your child as an adult, rather, because once you view a child as an adult, that means they can participate in adult things. Yes. Yeah. So if you don't want society to view your child like that, then dress them in a way that we can clearly see uyumwana. I know people like to turn and say, men are pivots. I mean, you can't just let a girl just wear a short skirt or just wear a couve out, but clothes denote things. That's why doctors wear certain things. That's why police officers have uniforms. That's why schools.
And like I said from the jump,
denote.
Mwanamdik even akafika groove out, Matthew. Mwanamdik akafika groove out. Asna makeup, asna ma high heels. You can tell kutu uchi mwanamdik, and you won't even look at the fan because mwanamdik. Just like how you go to the beach and actually find people kapeka my bikinis, and you know they are just at the beach. Because then definitely
you don't have a problem.
That doctor. But on the normal kajinji, mwana really doesn't really do anything normal. But once you make that child look like an adult now, even confusion, not good to know that mwana, not confusion.
And I think even most cases where guys end up going to court and they'll be like, it sounds like a very stupid and lame excuse.
True.
But I think
it's real.
It holds water.
It really holds a lot of water, bro.
It holds water, especially at night.
All of water, like Zion. So he says all of, when he wants to say a lot.
What is all of water? It really does hold all of water. To say, even at night, at parties and at gigs, kanakatopfeka se munhu mkuruka. And what is she doing there anyway?
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's really hard.
Yeah, and parents modeling for kids.
That's the honest I'm confused. I don't know what to tell people because I don't know, is this the new thing and is this our new life? Things are happening very fast, maybe.
Definitely.
Things are changing so fast.
Very
some
fast.
of the little cultures that we are holding on to, remember around the 2000s, we actually thought it was something, now it's people just wear pants. Nothing really.
And talking about trends though, is it a trend or is it a new thing where girls don't wear bras? Is it just me who sees it, or is it?
It's a trend again. It's normalized.
What does it mean?
I even saw this
exactly?
other girl from SA saying that I was in Zimbabwe and I didn't put on my bra and everybody was looking at me. What's wrong with you, Zimbabwe? And I'm thinking, what?
You saw a girl from SA. I saw a girl in town.
Jesus.
Literally in town. You know what even came through my mind is how did she even get into town? Because it was that bad. No, she was wearing, mama, the tops that are the small ones that show the belly.
The one that's hanging.
Yes, but the small, the ones that are just
the one that will be just hanging on top of the bosom like
this. Yes. And I'm wondering how did she even leave home? And this is not as we said now, it's difficult to tell whether it's young or old. So you're wondering,
yeah, I'm one, and
people say you are perfect. Once you look, you are perfect. But there are certain things that just trigger the human brain because it's a human brain.
I really don't know, man. I mean, Motoji, my viewers, my comments, please tell us what you think about this topic, what should be done, and what you think is the right course. Because obviously, most of your children are wearing the same things. And
true.
We look down upon them. But they have their kids with natural hair, putting on long dresses, watching on TV and all that stuff.
It even speaks into one more thing before we close it off. Even gyms, like women who go to the gym in the skin tights. I mean,
now the skin tights are even made to shape the going to that
like you guys, like really. Exactly. And you know what the scariest part is?
I can't go in the future because
the scariest part is you actually find these girls now like purposely recording themselves doing squats and you'd think it's only in America. I'm literally starting to even see it in my shingo.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, bro, guys,
confidence. I think we're going back to Adam and Eve, where people are just confident with their selves, with their body. That's why I'm saying I'm confused. I don't know if this is going to be the normal. Where people are just, there's no body shaming, there's nothing. people can walk naked. It's your body, bro. If you have a problem by seeing a naked body, you are the one with the problem. Otherwise, naked bodies have always been
They've always been there.
I think that's where we are going.
So I got problems.
You need to cleanse. You need to cleanse your mind.
I did a doctor
and deal.
because
Yes, naked bodies are there. They've always been there. But
and it's not a thing.
Not
But you know what? Think about it like this: if nakedness is not a thing anymore, then it means that the attraction starts from the physical touch. You get what I'm trying to say? So that means you are not attracted until you physically touch someone.
No, not really touch per se, because attraction goes beyond touch. There's also conversation.
True.
Character.
So but what I'm trying to say is we're now saying nakedness is no longer a form of attraction. If you can display it everywhere, you're not attracting anything.
To some extent, it's dope because even in the animal kingdom, they're always naked.
So I don't care.
If we go to that, and I think I'll be cool with that. Where is not, because I think once we say nakedness is okay, that means that hurdle is off. We don't have to struggle.
We don't have to struggle anymore.
There's no need for you to hit a potro. Because it's now normal.
It's now normal.
Yes. If we go that route, and if that's what we're aiming for, then I think that is alright. That's why I was saying now I'm confused. I don't know. Are we evolving to a certain lifestyle?
Or are we devolving?
Yeah, it's always evolution. It's never devolving, really.
It's
progress
always
in a certain way.
It's always progress in a certain way.
What it may mean, maybe we'll get less. Maybe we'll get more pregnancies, or maybe we'll get less people. I don't know, but it will evolve to a certain society, and we can only see it in the future.
Yeah, and on that note of confusion, see you guys.